Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for tuning in to listen. I do really appreciate. My people, it's good to know that we still have some people with dignity inside this country called Nigeria. I am happy because I saw what happened in Delta State. After the massive decamp we observed in Delta State, it's good to know, say, some people still get integrity. I saw this resignation of appointment as senior special assistant on civil society and youth mobilization. That is Aris Gwamnishu. Is a very well popular known human rights activist, most especially in Delta State. The guy is actually doing a very good job. As in, he has been fighting for people. He makes sure that people get justice. That is what he has been doing. Yesterday, I saw on his post that he has resigned his appointment. He stated so many reasons. So guys, I would like you to watch this video. It's really good to know that we still have some youths that have integrity, because during the defection I saw some videos of many youths. Some I used to follow them online. I saw the way they were campaigning, the way they were happy, and change is constant and all of that. I was like, these guys, are you for real? These same people will be saying initially they were like on and on, PDP, yeah, PDP this, PDP that. Immediately, as in that very day they announced the defection, you see them, they've changed their status, they've changed everything. I was like, now the youth will want fight for Nigeria be this. God, now be say this country don't go. But when I saw this Aris Gwamnishu's post yesterday evening, I was happy to know that we still have people, we still have some youth that really want to fight for better governance. Guys, I want you to watch this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Subscription is for free, and also help us to drop your comment on this. And I beg, help us to share this video. Nigerian youth, they need to see this. Yes, Nigerian youth, they need to see this. They need to know that we need people of integrity. They need to know what is coming to Nigeria. What is coming to Nigeria is unimaginable. Now, the fight for Nigeria 2027 is not just between Tinubu and any other party, but APC versus Nigerians. And if Nigerians are not standing with one voice, Nigerians, they don't want to speak in the side of the truth, how will Nigeria win? And if we don't win as a country, these people are going to enslave us. We see what is happening in Lagos State right now. The other day I dropped in my video, Lagos State speaker, as we speak now, his son, that I don't even think is even up to 35 years, is now going for local government chairman in their local government, guys. So if Nigerians don't speak out, these people, they put their children, then Nigerians go become slave to their generation, to their families. And we really need to break that chain. The other day, Wike carry his son go to supervise government work. Before you know, he go bring his son come into politics. Obviously, now from clap, they enter dance. So guys, Nigerians, we really need to watch this video. Please help me to share this video. It's a wake-up call to all Nigerians. We really need to stand up and fight for our motherland. We no get any other country to run to. If those who pay the jackpot, fine, they feel jackpot, but everybody cannot jackpot. Those that cannot jackpot, they really need to stand and fight for their future. So guys, please drop your comment and help us to share the video. Bye-bye. See you in my next video.
I'm so happy right now, and I'm so happy I cannot contain my joy. I thought to put a write-up together, but I'm going to do a video to put this out there so that posterity will judge me. And just in case tomorrow anything change, I'm happy that I have put my voice out. I'm happy. I'm one of the happiest Nigerians at the moment. 2 Nigerian young activists who currently serve in the government of Governor Sheriff Oboriwori has resigned their appointment as SSAs. Victor Oche, Comrade Victor Oje, I think, was an SSA until a couple of hours ago, to the Delta State government on civil society and NGOs. Then, of course, Aris Gwamnishu, the very popular Aris Gwamnishu, was an SSA on, I think, civil society and youth mobilization. Both of them have resigned their appointments, citing various. And then what is making them resign is what would amaze you, and that is why I'm having this conversation. Because I was talking to a friend yesterday, and they were talking about all of these political bigwigs, all of them defecting, and I was saying that the Nigerian political dynamics have changed, and a lot of the things we used to say count in build up to elections doesn't count anymore. And like somebody said, it's not my words, Peter Obi won and earned over 6 million votes, even in INEC, on INEC's records. without having a sitting governor. So a lot of the things that we used to call politics have moved on from where it is traditionally, and there is some, of course, we may not have hit the crescendo, but there is some appreciable movement that has been done. And so the fact that a governor and his political structure is moving doesn't only make the state in the pocket of who the governor desired, people as if God will. And I told him, I said, there are a lot of young people that will see take stand irrespective of what their political godfather says, and he doubted that. So I'm good to see that Harrison and Victor are resigning their appointment from the Delta State government. So we'll start with Harrison. Of course, you know Harrison, very popular guy, one of the very few persons on the media that I follow, and I follow religiously. I like Harrison. I have one-on-one in contact with him. We've spoken a couple of times. We've had to solve a few issues together. I've recommended and referred people to him. I recommended him to also something. So good news, right? So he's put out his resignation from the government, and this time he's carefully left out the defection to the All Progressives Congress. But he said something that indicts Governor Sheriff Oborevwori, because if you follow Harrison, by the way, go to his Facebook page. Sometimes he's been risking his life, jumping from one. There is no event before. In the last 2 years, I've been really scared for him. And so, in the last few months, he's been back and forth with the kidnappers that have been messy. If you follow him and you follow the news of this, there's so much suppression in the mainstream media. Social media has been helping us do that. The Asaba, Ogwashuku, Iseluku. By the way, I was born in Iseluku, so I have huge attachment to Delta State. It's so much of me. I spent, beyond being born there, I spent a couple of my other years at some point, film academy training, work somewhere in Isoko in Delta State. So I kind of understand the terrain. So Harrison has been complaining heavily about what's happening in Asaba and all of that. And as an SSA, I expect that at some point I'm going to see renewed government focus, state government focus in doing all of that. But I haven't seen. So maybe I'm not getting, maybe, of course, he's a government appointee, maybe government is the one projecting. He's stating here today, as part of his resignation point, that all of the effort is put in to draw the state government attention to how they can have a renewed security of lives and properties, which, of course, every serious government, as the constitution of this country, the welfare of the citizens is the most important thing, and that's followed by security of lives and properties. But a sitting governor has been there saying that he is developing the state and is not bothered, because the rate of kidnapping that has been happening in the Asaba, Washuku, Agbo roads, all of that has been quite very terrific. Hertz have been. I was doing a video one time. I need to even send a DM to that brother. He sent me a DM, a young man that was attacked while him and his team were doing his pension as a real estate person. We should have heard of one very popular real estate lady that died. He told me before he was rolled into the theater for surgery that it was him and that lady and a couple of other persons that were in the bush when they attacked them. Of course, they took them away. On sighting the police getting close, they shot at them at close range, but he was able to survive that. I will allow him. We are looking at ways. The last time we spoke, I think I need to even send him a DM to know how far he is. That's how much, and at least he shared first-hand understanding of how that means. And yet, a state government has not taken it as priorities to ensure that all of those is what is most important. Empower local vigilante, because police has failed. Police seems to be inequipped, ineffective. They don't even have the manpower to comb all of these bushes. Support local vigilantes who understand the terrain to get into work. It has been Harrison on social media who has been calling for people to send money to support local vigilantes. Whereas we have a government who collects monthly allocation from federal government, who raise internally generated revenues, yet they cannot protect the people. So we leave Harrison there. Long video already. I can't read. So Victor Oj's point now brought it very close. He said that every single effort to attract international development partners, NGOs, and innovation was stored and dumped into KIV, kept in view. What should have been a movement for progress became a standstill. Project that could have sparked industrial revolutions, brought jobs to the unemployed, and put food in the mouth of widows and orphans were met with silence. Listen, where are the economic projects that bring money to the hands of ordinary people? Where is the non-kinetic security architecture? So we so passionately advocated for the use of AI-driven CCTV in governed places of our state to protect lives and properties. He went on to say, from 1999 to date, not one tangible thing comes into the pocket of the average Deltan monthly. Not one policy guarantees their safety. Not one hope touches their roof. This cannot continue, and I refuse to be part of a system that watches our people drown and collapse instead of rescuing them. And let me tell you, in case you want to bully them to say, why are they speaking now? Now, what these guys have done in the last 1 year or so, or 1 year plus, is to see how they can drive all of this. They needed to bundle all their excuses. And I'm telling you this. It now got to a point now for them to realize that what this government is focusing on is about re-election. Because while Sheriff went to the All Progressives Congress, is beyond all of the theatrics we are hearing. These guys are also scared that the way this election matter is going to go, Bola Tinubu will be very, very bizarre. It's going to be there will be a lot of what very dark man call collateral damage. It's going to be very catastrophic. So there may be casualties, and some of these governors in opposition may become casualties. So they jumped in. So forget Tinubu wants to be re-elected. So they are cashing in on Tinubu re-election and interest to also sell their own narrative. So it meant that Governor Sheriff is more bothered by his re-election rather than serving the people that he actually came to serve. And forget about all these white goose and elephant projects you see around. The most important thing is to protect the lives and properties of the people as paramount. Now, who they are alive? You think everybody that jacked back from Nigeria, they were unproductive in Nigeria? Some of them were doing very well. But if a government cannot guarantee at least adequate protection of lives and property, so that, come on, what if the work? And this is not me trying to stigmatize. I avoid all of that. What if why people they talk about HIV and AIDS? They say this disease may not be very deadly, but the fact that they're able to break down your immune system, such that cough, cold, catarrh, headache can begin to affect you and will put your life at risk. So if a government that is supposed to build the immune system in the society, so that at least small inflation, small crimes will not put the people's life at risk, but people like Governor Sheriff would prioritize politics, 2027 politics, when you never complete 2 years for office. This is not to drag Sheriff personally, but this will tell you the kind of political space we are now in, the kind of politicians that the devil has bestowed us with. God bless these two young men. God bless two of them. Again, God bless two of them. Again, God bless two of them. We are waiting for Mr. Jolov, the rest of them, to open their eyes and tell us why they want to follow this government. Because except say they get what they promise them, where they say they won't happen, at least make we they wait. It is well with Nigeria. It is well with Nigeria.
Good morning. My name is Harrison Guamnisho. This is 2:55 a.m. Friday morning, being the 25th day of April. All right. I'm here to make this video. All right, because I'm just trying to clarify some stuff. Nobody is paying me one kobo, one dime from the government, from any individual or anything. All right. The way I'm pushing the security matter in my locality, in my community, my local government, is the way I pushed, advocacy of human rights for years, for the past 10 years. All right. So there's no money attached. Nobody's paying me one kobo. Nobody's paid me one kobo. Say, Harrison, this is 5 million, this is 10 million for you. Nobody's doing that. So, some groups of WhatsApp saying that Harrison has been empowered. That's why he's doing what he's doing. Nobody's giving me one kobo. Does anybody give me one kobo, please? You are free to drop receipt anywhere. Nobody's paying me one kobo. One kobo. Last week, 2 young men were kidnapped from Obuluku, my community, my village. My village go not be saying another place again. Till today, they are still in the bush. The community are the one contributing money, 10,000, 5,000, 20K, to get that person out from the kidnappers' den, to get them out. Last night, I got information that they kidnapped also at Iseluku. continues every day. It's not like maybe it's something that we are fabricating or we are trying to create tension in the states. No. For the past 4 days now, I've been down, really down. Like, you know, to stand up was a problem.
At the hospital, I'll call you later. I'm not
The
do strong
rain,
at
we
all.
went to Abavo and
Since yesterday, I've been
it
sick.
rained heavily that, you know, I broke down. I was with them in the car, but I was cold. I was cold. When I go back to Asaba, I was down. And yesterday I was at the hospital for treatment, you know. And the people at the community level are ready to fight this, but they don't have the power, they don't have the way, the resources to do this. They don't. You say vigilante man, he has just 2 cartridge that he bought with his money. 2 cartridge. You go put that for that in to gun or bomb passion. Is that the person you are telling to go and fight kidnappers? No. At least some local government chairmen are trying. It's not really easy. So I'm just here to say that whatever we are doing, personally I'm doing, is nobody's paying me 1 kobo. No government appointee or government person will come and say Harrison is being paid. It's not possible. I have tried though. I have tried to meet people in government to see how we can get support for these vigilante people. I have tried. Because I'm seeing these cases with my very clear eyes. I'm seeing them. It's not like I'm being told. That's why I'm pushing every possible means. Being part of government is an avenue for government to even hear you faster. Abi? But since I'm not being held, my advice are not being taken. So why should I continue to be part of a government that doesn't listen to a government appointee and SSA to the governor for that matter? So it's beyond politics. It's beyond we trying to create tension. It is real. What is going on in our communities are real. Abraka is happening. Abraka. Other areas in Delta State, people are being kidnapped. I see a lot of tasks from social media on Abraka issue. There's nothing going on. Nothing going on. Though the police are trying, but they don't know the terrain. It is us, the community, that knows our communities that can do this in partnership with the police. So I'm here to drop this video to let you know that, man, don't stay down. You know, that's the truth. And you may likely not see me on the road anymore. You know, that's it. So why I'm out there is because most of the time we ginger these people to act. Little we have, little we bring little and give to them to buy granuts, you know. Yes, because vigilantes need such stuff to operate. That's the truth and nothing again. Thank you guys.